It had an epic theme, it had epic superstars competing on it, but did it have any epic matches? Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, and today we are going to rank every match in No Way Out 2003 from worst to best. We gave the show a 6 out of 10, but we have to start in 8th place because guess what? There was 8 matches. And it's probably no surprise that it's time to play the game, and now you're playing. It's all about control, and if you can play. Yeah, Triple H in here taking on Scott Steiner. This match ain't as bad as what people make it to be. Now you may be like, all right, Fog Wrestling, all right, Stevie. You're talking about a match that is 8th out of 8th on a pay-per-view. It doesn't automatically mean it's awful, but this match gets made out as if it's like god awful, like the worst match you'll ever see. Is there a few botches in there? Yes. Steiner falls over a few times. You know what? Steiner's working injured. I believe Triple H was working injured, right? In involvement for Evolution, it wasn't horrendous. What didn't help it is the fact that the crowd are cheering for Triple H and they're booing Scott Steiner. Now, the reasoning for that was apparently because Steiner had the American flag on his tights. Not too sure about that, but for the match, it was sloppy. Triple H retained, yada, yada, yada. Up next, we had Undertaker against The Big Show. I actually defended this match quite a bit on the stream. On the review. Yeah, the match is not great, right? But it's Undertaker Big Show. The feud, right, is honestly some of the worst stuff I've ever seen in wrestling. And that says a lot. You know how much we bury current stuff, guys. But go back and watch it. Actually, don't go back and watch it. It was that bad, Puppies, not those good puppies. I mean, dog puppies are good, but not in the wrestling world, if we're being honest. Canyon, Brother Love. The match, though, it was the longest of the night. That sucked, but I thought it was alright, but 7th spot. Up next, we have got Regal and Lance Storm against Cade and RVD. Just a bit of a generic tag team match, It's a bit bland, it's a bit boring. RVD and Kane look like they're going to win, but then the mask of Kane is tampered with. He hits Van Dam with a choke slam. Regal and Storm pick up the victory. Regal would suffer a concussion in this match, which ruled him out for a few months. So looks like it's going to be Lance Storm and Chief Morley taking the mantelpiece into WrestleMania. Up next, though, in 5th spot, we have got Which Hardy is it? Well, it's not Jeff, it's Matt. It's Matt Hardy winning the Cruiserweight Championship from the big man, Billy Kidman. Fine match. I've liked this storyline with Matt Hardy. I mean, maybe they could have dragged it a wee bit longer with him losing the weight, getting down to 220. But you know what? For what it was, I enjoyed it. Good match. Can't really complain as we go in to our top 4. We're halfway there. Whoa! And up next, this might shock people, it might not. It is Rock versus Hogan 2. Mammoth match, 2 of the biggest superstars this business, this industry will ever see. The feud, though, was a bit lackluster, and the match in turn was a bit lackluster. When Sylvain Grenier, or whatever how you pronounce that French guy's name, is helping The Rock win, it's a wee bit weird. McMahon was out there. It's Rock Hogan, right? It was nowhere near as good as the first match, right? It was never going to be. It was heel Rock against face Hogan, which is pretty much what the Mania X8 match turned into, but it was fine. It ticked the boxes. You got the taunts, you got the moves, you got the crowd pops, you got the entrances, but it shouldn't have main evented for me because, especially when you're having a screwy finish, it was McMahon. It's like, it's the first time we've returned to, I believe it was the first time they turned to Toronto since 97. Even though that was in Montreal. But anyway, third spot, we've got Jeff Hardy taking on Chris Jericho. I think it might actually be Jeff Hardy's last pay-per-view match until he would later return in 2006, because of course he's going to TNA. When you cross that line, this world of mine, cross that line. Anyway, decent match here between Jeff Hardy and Jericho. Jeff Hardy had been very botchy recently, but you know what? He actually got a good match here. Pretty lengthy one as well. Jericho picks up the win. No surprise. Got to build him up on the road to WrestleMania to face the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. In 2nd spot, we've got the 3-on-2 handicap match. It was supposed to be 3-on-3, but what happened? Of course, Edge got battered backstage. I wonder who done that. It was Team Angle. Obviously, though, that was kayfabe. In reality, Edge had done his neck in, and he needed a year off due to neck surgery. And we've seen around this time a lot of guys had suffered with the same injuries. Benoit, that's why he missed a year back in 01 to 02. Rhino had suffered the same injury. And what I didn't get about this match is it's like Rhino returns the next SmackDown and teams up with Benoit, right? Why not have Rhino debut here? I get it, it evens the odds 3-on-2 because team angles suck and Kurt Angle's the man, and you know Brock could beat them 3-on-1 even with Benoit. I mean, don't really need 3-on-3, but I don't know, maybe the match could have benefited from having Rhino in there, but again, I'm not going to complain too much. The match itself, it's fine. It ticks all the correct boxes. It's is this the best wrestling match of the night? Yes. But is it the best bang for your buck? For me, personally, no. Because that would be reserved for number one. And what did we have at number one? We had the return of Stone Cold Steve Austin. And this is the match that should have main evented for me. You know, you've been hyping up an Austin return. I get it. Bischoff never going to be able to work it. Like, I got a fantastic 5-star match, but this didn't need to be a 5-star match. All this needed to be was Austin beating Eric Bischoff up for 10 minutes, and that's exactly what it was. Stunners, punches, Luthes presses. You know, Bischoff doing a couple of karate chops. Austin pretty much no selling them, and then just battering him, which I thought was pretty funny. But you know, the crowd was hot. They loved Austin. Who doesn't? JR came back for commentary. Was injured the rest of the night, but he came back for this. And he delivered, he delivered absolutely big time here. But again, just a weird placement on the card. But what I would say is, with Rock and Hogan, it's like, yeah, obviously Rock Hogan is the bigger match, but with the finish in mind, maybe they should have changed it. But Austin did take his ball and go home, so it is what it is. I guess I can understand why that did main event, but this would have sent the fans home a lot happier. Austin returning, first time you're seeing Austin in months, almost a year, to battle Eric Bischoff and win and properly announce his return to the Raw brand. Anyway, guys, that is it for No Way Out 2003. That is all the matches ranked. Leave your thoughts down below, and until next time, peace.